everyone. We're here at the Blue Marble World of Gifts with owner Kathy Walls. Say hello to our viewers at MassLive.
Hey everybody, welcome.
So the Blue Marble, it's been in the Thornes marketplace in downtown Northampton for 3 years, but it's exciting because this Saturday they have their grand opening of their expanded space, and it's been open since last Saturday, so you are able to come here and purchase gifts. But this Saturday they're going to have a special opening. Can you tell us what shoppers can expect on Saturday?
Lots of fun. That's the plan. But we're going to have live acoustic music from 12 to 2 with an amazing young singer, Emma Ayers. And then we're going to have some free chair massage from 2 to 5. In between all of this, because we're open until 8, we're going to have discounts and free gifts with purchase and whatever else I can think of between now and then.
Great. So I'd love if we could get a tour of the space.
Sure.
As well as you can highlight a few of your signature pieces and some of the new things they have to offer here.
All right.
All right. So let's.
Well, you can see in front of me we have oodles of amazing jewelry. And the new space has now given us the option to triple our jewelry offerings, which is very exciting to me because I'm a bit of a jewelry nut.
So they got 3 times the amount of jewelry that they had in the original location,
Yep.
which was upstairs in Thornes Marketplace.
True.
And then I'm going to spin the camera around just so all of you can see just how expanded that the store is. So there's a lot of space here. Shelves are lined with jewelry, clothes for children. They have women's clothing in the corner, pieces of art up for sale, and all different sorts of gifts. Located on the first floor of Thornes, so it's right across from the coffee shop there. All right, so I'd love if you could take us around a little bit, and we can start just to the left of you.
Sure.
That'd be great.
So one thing that you were looking at earlier
Oh, yeah.
is this beautiful Turkish pottery. These are all hand painted, so each one is one of a kind and signed. Most of the pieces that are slightly larger also have a spot in the back so you can hang it as wall art rather than simply shelf art, but they are food safe and have always been one of our more popular sellers. I'm particularly enthralled with the piece in the center on the top that you were looking at earlier.
Oh yeah, let's get a bigger shot of that.
So much detail. The natural mathematical abilities of whomever is just amazing to me.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, the detail is really insane on each of these bowls.
And their color choices are phenomenal. I think I mentioned these are from Turkey.
Yes. Everyone's commenting that they're so beautiful. And so you've got a lot of options too. You can go with the larger piece, which is up on top, if you really want to splurge. And then there's smaller pieces that you can use to decorate your home with, just to add a pop of color. So those ones are fun. I guess for rings, you could put rings in there.
Yeah. Or
you could put your keys in them, even if you wanted. Yeah.
Condiment dishes.
Yeah. It's a lot of options. All right. So we're gonna keep moving on to these figurines right here.
My favorites. So these celebrating women are from Burkina Faso, and each one is a one-of-a-kind piece that's done with the lost wax process, and they're all so cheerful and joyous, and I look at them, they make me smile. They are fair trade, they are dipped in bronze, so they gives them these amazing depth of color.
Yeah, so you have the bronze, and then I really like this turquoise one. That's popping out to me.
Fun.
Yeah, that's beautiful. All right. Oh, these ducks, yes.
Then we
Everybody's talking about
have
these.
just fun. So these folks, these ducks are from the UK, and each one has a name. Harley's name is showing here. The original ones we got were the ducks with the polka dotted welly boots, and then we've expanded to carry more of the line. And they're, again, and they're just fun. They make you smile. We even have a little nurse down here. I don't know if you saw her.
Oh, I didn't see her. That's really cute.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, really, so everywhere you look, you'll find something new, a new detail that you might have missed just walking by, which is what I've noticed coming into the blue marble here.
And here we have 3 or 4 different potters represented.
And we've got these backpacks too, which are washable, as I understand.
Yes, the backpacks and the lunch bags. The backpacks are intended for preschoolers. They're the right size. They have an expandable strap, so they grow with the child. And the lunch boxes are actually much larger than you would imagine on the interior. They're super lightweight, and you can toss them in the washing machine, which we can all appreciate.
Oh yeah, these back to school items too. Pencil. I like those pencil holders.
These are actually intended to be vases. I call them my Dr. Seuss vases. That's not what they're called really, but we use them for pens at the counter. I have one at home I use for my toothbrushes. They are intended to be vases as well, and I even sold one last year to somebody who was going to use it as a menorah. They're great for paintbrushes. There's so many uses. Makeup brushes.
Oh, that's a good idea. We've got these too, which were handmade with, let's see if I can remember, telephone wire?
Copper telephone wire. In fact, in some of them you can see the copper's been exposed.
Oh, cool.
So it's traditional Zulu weavings, but they're done with a non-traditional material.
Very nice.
And these are also fair trade, and one of the things I'm most proud to have in the store. The artistry in these is pretty amazing.
So explain for our viewers again, when you're buying, what are the 3 things that you think of most?
My preference always when I'm buying is American made, preferably locally, fair trade, or from countries where fair trade isn't an issue, like France and Canada. Not everything falls into those categories, but that's always our preference when we buy.
These are some of the newer items, correct?
Yes, you were attracted to these, the willow tree.
Yeah.
Willow tree's been around for a while, but new for us. And they come out with new items every season or every year. And each one is very sentimental. They all have a meaning behind them, a message with them.
Very romantic as well up here on the top shelf.
In fact, somebody was looking at one for a cake topper for a wedding the other day.
Oh, that's a good idea. Especially with these sparkly items, that one might work as a bride.
Isn't she great? I think my favorite is the butterfly.
Yeah, that's a cool one. Got
a little bling.
Little sparkle.
Not too much. Now these paperweights here, those are made with some of the ashes from the Mount St. Helen eruption.
Oh.
And there's some pretty cool artistry in those as well.
Yeah, look at my eye's drawn to that blue one in the left corner.
And we have some
moving on. Yeah.
Nicaraguan pottery down at the bottom.
So these are made in Nicaragua?
Yes.
And oh wow.
And all fair trade. And there's a tremendous amount of work in those as they carve into the pottery. These are always a very popular thing for us. They're kind of just constant moving art. So depending upon where all those air bubbles land, you can have a very intricate design that can take hours to settle, or something that's more cloud-like in the back. That one, the air bubbles didn't make a seal, so it all just flowed down.
How long does it usually take to settle?
It could take 3 or 4 minutes to overnight.
Wow.
Yeah,
Kind of fun. You can flip it and then have a new one.
These are kind of ceiling here. So that means just a little bit is going to come down at a time and make a more intricate design, like this one did.
Amazing. I like those mountain views.
This is my favorite corner of the store.
This is your favorite corner?
Yes, with all those beautiful felt and trade baby windows. I love them. In fact, when we were setting up the space, we would set our chairs up over here when we were eating lunch and just kind of this corner.
Calming corner of the store.
Pretty wonderful. Yeah.
Alright. I'd like to see some of these scarves and the finger puppets over there.
Yeah, we have scarves. We have cotton scarves. These are fair trade from India. These are silk, actually by the same artist that made this for me. American made. She hand dyes each piece of silk and then sews it together to do these kind of collage looks. And then
hair clips, yeah.
the hair clips that everybody loves. These are made in Canada, but the actual clips in the back are made in France,
Okay.
which is, I am told, the only place that makes proper hair clips. That's what I've had
take your word for
three
it.
different artists have told me that in the last month. So, and we have expanded our children's section. One of my favorite things are the one-of-a-kind baby clothes that come from an artist in Hadley. The little sheep.
Those are cute.
So she does the swing dresses.
And show us those beanies. Those are really cute.
Oh, yeah, these guys.
On the top, they have
They're little dinosaur.
That's really, I like that. Very inventive.
Mm-hmm. And then we have the onesies.
And you said the swing dresses.
The swing dress is what I just showed you, yep. And then
okay.
the onesies and then little bottoms.
Oh my gosh. And little baby rattle socks.
Baby rattle socks, yeah.
With different animals on them. Great.
Then this is another baby line. That these are fair trade. They're wonderful cotton knit pieces. Is that adorable or what?
I'm assuming you can buy the pair of those too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Alright. Those hummingbirds I do love.
The Hummingbirds are amazing up there at the top. Those are hand beaded from Guatemala and fair trade. They are another one of my favorite things in the store. Can I turn one for you?
Sure.
Are you able to get a good look?
Yeah.
I actually have one hanging in my car.
Oh, what a good idea.
But they're wonderful hanging anywhere. They're just great.
I know you're pretty excited about adding this clothing line. Can you tell us what's special about it?
Yeah, so I'm not. We don't have a clothes store here, and I don't intend to have a clothes store. But I do realize that there is a lack of options for women my size when it comes to beautiful clothes. Women your size, there's a lot of options out there. So I decided we would try and pick up a couple of lines, but it was important to me that the lines make sizing that would be appropriate for you, up to sizing that would be appropriate for a woman my size. So the same woman in Hadley who does those beautiful baby clothes has done these raincoats and capes and coats, and these are fabulous. I love what she does with fabric and the faux fur, the texture. It's just amazing. And then some of these have recycled sweaters in them. I wish that one was in my size, because I'd be all over
That's
that
cool.
one. But that would look really great on you.
And so we have a question from one of our commenters asking to define fair trade for us.
That, I can give you a simple or a complicated response to that. Fair trade basically means that the person who's doing the work is making a fair living wage for the region they're living in. So it wouldn't be $15 an hour in Burkina Faso, because the cost of living there is very different than the cost of living here. I can't tell you what anybody is actually paid. but the Fair Trade Federation is very strict in accepting people into the Federation. They have to prove that that the folks are working in healthy work environments, that they're not polluting, that they're manufacturing in a sustainable way, and that a fair living wage is offered. So it can be more encompassing than that, but that's basic. It's basically that people in developing nations are being treated the way you and I need to be treated here in the States.
And why is that important to have these fair trade options, American made and locally sourced?
Well, we're all in this together, aren't we? If we're not taking care of each other, then what are we doing? And yes, I can find things cheaper that have been made in less, trying to find tactful words here, but
that aren't fair.
That in countries where labor conditions are abysmal, and I can get them cheaper, and you can buy them cheaper at the big box stores. But that's not why I'm in this business. I'm in this business to bring beautiful, wonderful things with wonderful energy in them to you, so that you have that option. So.
Great. Thanks for explaining that.
You bet.
All right.
On that note, let's go look at these African tops that I love so much. These are amazing. So they're fair trade from Africa. Wonderful, wonderful fabrics. And these come in sizes that would fit someone even smaller than you to someone even larger than I. And the fabrics are always changing. So what I have now, I may not be able to have in a month. And I just love them. They can be dresses with a tunic, or they could be dresses or tunics, or even jackets. You can, wear it open as a jacket.
What's kind of cool about those pieces, you buy it and no one else would be wearing that. Or...
Yeah, because you can see I have only one of each size here.
Yeah.
And then when new fabrics come in, we'll have one of each size of those too, I hope. Ooh. And then I was showing you the skirts that that really
explain those.
These I love. I don't even know which one to pull out because they're all so great.
Yeah.
So these were designed in Amsterdam, and they come in many, many sizes, but even this one skirt is many sizes because it snaps open and has many snaps along the side. So if you're having a day where you're a little larger than you were yesterday, or you're gaining weight or losing weight, it'll grow or shrink with you. But it's also completely reversible. And
so you get a second fabric.
You get more than that because the belt zips off. So you can reverse the belt as well. And then you've got 4 options. And in addition to that, each one has a little purse that comes on it. And these are all one of a kind. We can't get 2 the same. I never know what I'm going to get. And when they come in, each one is better than the last one. So, like I said, we're not going to carry a lot of clothes, but the clothes that we do carry are going to be wonderful.
And that's been part of the expansion, is the ability to carry clothing.
Yes, yeah, I couldn't do that in either the upstairs store or the Amherst store because we just don't have the room. Mm-hmm. We also have these amazing bags. These are made by a woman in the Berkshires, and her color choices are phenomenal. These are all remnants, so they're recycled, but they're not used fabrics. It's the ends of bolts that would have gone into the trash.
Really?
And each one, pardon me as I stumble with this, but each one has pockets inside, there are pockets outside, they're beautifully outfitted, and they all have these wonderful closures. And I never know what I'm going to see from her. Again, they're all one of a kind, and she collects these closures from all over the world. So we've got amazing fabrics and just yummy, very yummy. And then another thing we've been able to do here, because we have a little more wall space, we don't have a ton of wall space, but we've been able to pick up some wall art that we haven't had before. And this is a woman in Leverett, or than Hofer, who she uses bodacious color.
Yeah.
You know, her work is just bright and cheerful and makes me smile.
So, of all of the things in your store that you have to offer, what's one thing that you would want someone to gift you?
There are a lot of choices in here, but one of my favorites are those celebrating women that I had shown you, and they also make a couple of, they make other sizes and other pieces. They have tall items and readers, but they also have these wonderful women that are large size. And I think we're out of them. I don't think you got to see one over there, but they make me smile because large women aren't always represented in a beautiful way.
That reminds me of another thing that you mentioned about fairies. Can you show us those?
Oh yes, I'm always excited when I can find something that depicts people that aren't only white, and that's hard to find. But
so inclusivity is important to you.
It is. But it's particularly in fair trade items, I have a little more options. So we've carried these fairies for years and love them. They're sweet. They have a little hook on them so they can hang. They also have they have magnets in their feet so they can stand on these leaves. And they've just recently come out with darker skinned fairies. So I'm really excited to have these. They're beautiful and they're joyous. She looks very Hawaiian to me.
So you've got all different types of people represented in.
Yes, and I can show you. We have 3 skin tones. Careful, don't back into that. I don't want you to trip. In these wonderful, I don't know what to call them, are swinging girls. And they come in 3 skin tones. So there's the very, very white, and the peach skin tone, and then there's also a brown skin tone. And that pleases me to no end. Look at this one with her umbrella.
Oh, that's a cool one. I like the colors there.
Yeah, and then we have, I don't know, the dreamers here on their swing. And then of course the dragon eggs from Czechoslovakia, because you gotta have a dragon egg, right?
Oh, show us the mold stuff.
Oh, yes. So I like things that hang. We don't always have space for all the things that I want to be hanging, but we have these wonderful copper mobiles that we got in just recently. So there's the Hummingbirds, and these can be adjusted a little, so if you want them to be in more of a flying mode, you can bend out their wings. And then the dragonflies and the butterflies.
Very cool. Keep the summer around a little longer with those.
Yeah.
Even some of these pops of colors of the rainbow.
Yeah, these are very fun. They're acrylic, but they really have a glass look to them.
Right.
And so they're priced accordingly. They're just bright and fun. And as you may have guessed, if something makes me smile, then we have it in the store.
Put it in the store.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, look at these. Is that the cutest little T-shirt?
And I didn't see those mugs earlier. They've got pugs and unicorns on them.
These are wonderful. This is an artist is here actually. They're not. These aren't all her work, but mostly her work. And they're these wonderful mugs, and they all have a little something inside. Mm-hmm. We have a ton that just arrived in the Amherst store. It'll be out in a couple of days. And don't be mad at me, but we're gonna have a few holiday ones out just because they're so
already. Oh
they're so darn cute. I have to put them out because they're just great.
An uproar, but that's all right.
But look at the dish towels.
Very interesting.
And they're all named. They all have names. I don't
Like
know.
the ducks over there.
Yes. Yes.
So my last question for you, so there's a lot of shops in downtown Northampton that are really eclectic. What does yours offer that others don't?
Well, I personally handpick everything that's in here, and it can be a challenge because there are so many wonderful shops downtown, and I don't want to duplicate what's already here. So, and in addition to that, most of us shopping at the same trade shows. So we're fishing in the same pond and trying to find something different that the other shops don't have. So it's a challenge, but it's something that's really important to me not to duplicate what's already here. So I work really hard to do that.
And those special pieces like the women.
Yes.
I love those figurines. And
Yeah.
I can see that you put a lot of effort into thinking about the artist and the person who's making them.
Yes. Yep.
Great. Yeah. And on the same note, it's great to be a part of a community that supports these local artists.
Yeah.
Businesses.
Yes, we're really lucky in the Valley to have as many independently owned shops as we do. And I feel really blessed to be in Thornes. I love it here. My neighbors are fabulous. The building manager, they work so hard to keep this building beautiful, and they're constantly doing upgrades and making everything wonderful. And you can hear the squeaky floors as we walk around of these 140 or 150-year-old floors that they keep up so nicely. It's just, we're really lucky here.
Well, I thank you so much for giving us a tour, and
Thank you.
We'll let our viewers know that Saturday they can enjoy live music here. They've got acoustic music, and you can browse the store, shop, look
And
around.
we'll be open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and you also have a location in Amherst. That's
We
been
do,
there for 11
and
years.
yes, and the
Yes.
Amherst location is feeling a little neglected this
Aw.
week because our energies have been over here, but all is well.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to pan around
All
one
right.
more time.
Thank you so much for
Thanks
your time.
everyone for viewing.